Hi everyone, welcome back to my Flosstube. My name is Rachel, this is Lemonade Stitching, and today is my November 2024 recap. So I was a busy stitcher this month. I actually hit 13,000 stitches in 1 month, which has to be my most for the year by far, most ever I'd have to say. And so I'm really excited about all the progress that I made. I got to touch 7 different whips this month and everything just got really significant and like obvious progress, which is really exciting to see. I have 4 finishes to show you guys and then just a couple other whips that I worked on throughout the month as well. So to start off with, the first finish on the top of my pile here is March by Crocette at Gogo, and this is stitched on 32 count beautiful beige 2/2 with DMCs from Stash. I tried to keep them true to the colors of the original pattern, but there were just a couple colors that I didn't have, so I just switched them out with whatever I had that would work. And I really love how this piece turned out. I have a few left and I need to turn them into like magnetic flat finishes for my office at work, but I need to find a new way to display them, or like kind of where I'm going to display them, because when I started this series in 2023 I sat at our front desk in the office so everyone who came in would see them and it was really nice to switch them out, but now I'm in a different desk and so not everyone sees them, so I need to decide what I want to do or kind of where in my office I want to put them. So that's part of the reason I haven't finished this or November yet from my last video, is because I'm not sure exactly where or how they'll be displayed and if they'll be displayed the same way as the others. But that was March. I'm really happy with the finish on that. My next finish for the month is The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this piece so much. I stitched this 2/2 on 40 count Earl Grey by Grace Notes. Let me double check, make sure that's right. Yep, I'm finally learning what this one was. I feel like I said it wrong 3 different times. But it is 40 count by Grace Notes, Earl Grey, and it's absolutely stunning. I think this is the perfect fabric for this piece. It's like a dark, stormy blue, lots of modeling, but it's very like gentle kind of. I'm obsessed with how this came out. It's all the called for colors and I think she's absolutely stunning. So that is The Fox. If you haven't stitched this and have seen it ever, I would recommend you do it. The first time I saw this I wasn't completely sold on it, but the more times I saw other people stitch it, the more I was like, no, that has to happen, that has to get put in the rotation, and I'm so glad it did. The greens and the oranges are just stunning. So that's The Fox. My next finish for the month I was really excited about. I didn't think this would be a November finish, but I finished those other projects really quickly, so this was my next kind of goal that I had for the end of the year, and honestly my last goal that I had for the end of the year, and this was to finish In the Library by Mojo Stitches, and she is complete. This was a birthday start for me back in August, and I hope you can see it okay. I just have it like on a pattern to give it something to, so it's not see-through, but this is Mojo Stitches In the Library, stitched with all the called for Cottage Garden threads 2/2, and it is on 40 count Weathered Stone by Atomic Ranch, and I'm obsessed. I will say the colors are more muted than I expected them to be based on the cover photo, but, or I'm sorry, this isn't 40 count, this is 36 count Weathered Stone by Atomic Ranch. But I'm still really happy with how it came out. Even though they're more muted, I think they kind of fit my style a little bit more rather than like the bright tones in the cover photo. And that's the thing with Cottage Garden threads, is there's so much variation in the threads that depending on your thread that you have and how you place it, you can get a lot of changes in the colors. But I love it. It's gorgeous. I'm going to frame it somehow and put it above my green papasan chair by my dark wood bookshelves. And I just think it'll match absolutely perfectly. So I'm really happy with this one. So once I finished those first few finishes of the month, I went downstairs to look through my kits, my whips, and kind of decide what I was going to work on for the rest of the month. And one thing I looked at was the rest of the Crocette Gogo series. I just kind of wanted to see where I stood with it, what was left, kind of clean up the bag, put threads away, because I keep all of the projects, all of the charts in one project bag with my huge cut of beautiful beige. And I was looking at them and I was like, wow, you know, the December chart is really, really cute. I really, really like it. It's really just adorable. It doesn't look like that much stitching. Maybe I should start it. And I was like, no, I do not need to start it. It took me a year to finish November and close to a year to finish March. Like, I just need to put these projects down. I need to not have one of these on my whip list again. I need a break from them. But I could not stop thinking about how cute the chart was. So I was like, well, I'll just kit it up so that it's ready when it's time to start another one. So I kitted it up and I had almost all the flosses in stash, I think except for one. And I was able to find a good match that fit my vibe. And I put it away and I just kept thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. So finally I decided I just had to start it and I ended up finishing it. So this is my last finish for November. It is December by Crocette Gogo. Again, stitched on 32 count beautiful beige with the called for threads. The only difference in mine is the green that's used on the tree and the leaves on the cake. But I just love this. I think it's so cute. It really feels like Christmas to me, with all the reds, and there's a couple different tones of red in here. And it's not as dense as the March was, so not nearly as much stitching, so it did not feel as overwhelming, and I was able to get it done, like I said, in 3 days. So I'm really, really happy with how this came out, and excited to have, I think this is number 9 done, so I should only have April, May, and June left in the series, and then I will be finished, and I can say that I have successfully completed like a year-long series, so that is exciting. But those are my 4 finishes, so I just have a couple other whips that I'm going to go through. And the first one is the one that has the least amount of progress on, and this is Delft Blooms. I have a hanging thread on here, but this is a Sprouting Lupine chart, and you're not even going to be able to see this top part of stitching because it's so hard to show up in the camera, but this is where I am. There is a huge section of light blue stitching right here. I'm hoping it's showing up. It looks fine in person. You can tell that it's there. But this is one of 2 patterns of this same vibe, I guess. There's Delft Blooms and Delft Beetles. I'm stitching Delft Blooms first, and then I'm going to stitch Delft Beetles on the same fabric, and they use the same colors, and I want to turn them into a project bag. So this is how this project is coming along. I basically just stitched along the top until I reached the left side so that I could cut my fat quarter, and then I started filling in these medium blue leaves here. I got through half of one strand and decided I was tired of working on this, so I put it away. But this is stitched 2/2 on 32 count Picture This Plus in the color Mercedes, which is a gorgeous like medium blue modeling. It has some like white, really light sections and a couple darker sections as well. So this is cute. It's slow moving for me, but it's nice when I want some block stitching. I don't really have too much to say about this one. I don't have any goals in mind for this. I don't want it to be on my whip list forever, but I'm also not rushing with it right now. So that is Delft Blooms. It only got like 400 stitches in. Really the only goal I had with it this month was to cut the fabric so that I didn't have a whole fat quarter anymore. Sybil has decided my finish pile is the perfect place for her to take a nap and clean herself. The next whip I pulled out for Christmas. I put up all my Christmas decorations on November 1st or whatever that weekend was. So I have been ready for Christmas for a while. So I decided to pull out Celtic Noel, and I actually got a lot of progress on her. So I'll give you an overview first. This is what she's looking like. And the progress that I put in is all in her skirt here. So I'm really loving this. Every time I work on this, it's kind of daunting to pull out, and I'm kind of worried about it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to work on that, and then I pull it out and I'm so happy I did, and I just love it. So that is Celtic Noel. She's looking stunning. When I was working on this, I basically just put it in the hoop, and I did as much, like I went full length as much as I could fit, like where I was working, and was just filling in the colors in these like pleats in her skirt. And it seemed to get by pretty quick. I really liked that strategy. So that is how the skirt's coming along. One goal I have for December is to start working with the metallics again. I got some Petite Treasure braid to do the gold in her skirt, so I really want to put some of that in, make sure it's going to work, and hopefully I don't have to buy yet another metallic for this, because the DMC that it calls for is just not the vibe. If you've ever used metallic DMC, you will know it is not the vibe. So we're going to try the Petite Treasure braid and see how that goes. This is stitched on the called for 28 count Lugana. I don't know the color of it, but I love her. She's so pretty. And all the called for threads except for the metallic. So, but the metallic that's in here so far is the called for metallic. But I'm gonna switch on the dress because I just can't do 2,000 more metallic stitches. So the total progress on this one was 1,500 stitches, so that was great. Absolutely fantastic. My last whip that I pulled out this month is a Lovely Victorian Home by Dimensions. This is a kit, and I'm just using the 14 count Ivory Aida and all of the kit floss, and this is my progress. So I started in the center back a couple months ago, and then I worked my way up to the top. There's actually like a white line of stitching here, so that I counted my way up to the top, and now I'm working my way down. So I worked on these trees here and put the back stitching in the top layer of trees. I've decided to back stitch as I go with this project because if I don't, I will hit myself when it's finally done. So back stitching as we go. I really like how this is coming along. The only customization I've made in this so far is I stitched the wrong color of green over here in the trees. So I just went over it with one strand of the right green to kind of blend the colors together. I'm not that worried about it. It wouldn't be a project of mine if there wasn't a mistake. So I don't think you could tell before I told you that it wasn't the right color. But yeah, this project went pretty fast. It's all half stitches. I don't know exactly how many stitches because I don't have a PDF chart for this. I'm working off the paper copy, but I really like how it's coming along. I don't know if I'll do any progress in this in December because I want to get some Christmas progress done and some winter projects. Might have a couple new starts, but I'm really happy I was able to make significant progress on this in November. Those are all of the projects that I worked on this month. Lots of progress, lots of finishes, as I said. I do have one piece of haul, and that is a new chart I got off of Facebook D-Stash, and this is Forgotten Basket by Paula Vaughn, and it's in a Leisure Arts pamphlet. And you might be saying, Rachel, don't you already have that chart? And to that I would say no, but I do have this chart, Cherished Dreams, also by Paula Vaughn. And I guess these are companion pieces. I didn't even know that there was a second one. I inherited Cherished Dreams from my grandmother, and when I saw this on Facebook a couple weeks ago, I instantly bought it. It was like $6, I think. So I look forward to stitching these together and hanging them up together. I'm really happy to have both of them. I already have created a PDF copy of Cherished Dreams because I want to start that in 2025. So now that I have that, I think it'll be pretty easy to make one of this one, and then once I finish Cherished Dreams, I can start this one. For a series like this, I like to only start one at a time so I don't have like two of the same thing going on at the same time because that just feels silly. So I have a couple of projects like that in my whip list. So like there's these two, Cherished Dreams and Forgotten Basket. And then I have Delft Blooms and Delft Beetles, Lovely Victorian Home, and The Garden Door, which is another Dimensions kit by the same artist. And I think those are the main ones that are like sets that I'm only going to be working on one at a time. But for the garden door, if you're interested in seeing that and kind of how that and Lovely Victorian Home look together, go check out Katie from Red's Stitchery, because she is working on them and everything she works on is absolutely stunning. But that is where I was inspired to get both of those pieces. Okay, that is it for cross stitch news. I do have just a tiny bit of knitting. I have been working on my second pair of socks, and this pair is hot pink. I finished my green ones, I think in my last video. So this month I started my next pair, and they are hot pink. Oh no, I lost a stitch marker in there somewhere. But this is how my third sock, second pair is coming along. Hot pink. I have finished the leg, and I started my heel flap. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the corner of my heel flap. So I've only done like 10 rows, I think. I don't know how this is going to come up in the camera. But I am stitching this on 9-inch circular needles rather than with the magic loop method. I'm still getting all the knitting terms. I'm very much a beginner. But this is based on the Vanilla Sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. I did modify this one a little bit, so I'm still stitching her size medium, but I am doing a 2x1 rib instead of 1x1, so 2 knits and then 1 purl instead of 1 knit, 1 purl. And I shortened the leg of the sock to only be 50 rows instead of 60. Other than that, I'm trying to do it all as called for. We'll see if there's any customizations. I'm thinking no. Just chugging along with this. I hate purling. I cannot figure out how to hold the yarn. I can barely hold the yarn when I'm just knitting regular. I cannot figure out how to hold it purling and still hold tension and do all the things. So having to do full purl rows again is not so fun. I liked the stockinette better. But it's okay. We're making progress, and maybe by Christmas this sock will be done and I will have cast on another one, hopefully. So that is it for knitting progress. I do want to start a hat soon. I want to get on the Musselburgh hat train. I think I can do it. I don't really know how the top of the hat works, like with the increases and the decreases, but I feel like I've practiced enough. I can attempt it. I might use the yarn that I got at the Indianapolis yarn store, which I showed at the end of my October wrap up. And so I might use that as a hat, because I don't know if I want like that light, beautiful colored yarn on my toes getting all dirty. So I might use that to make a hat instead of socks. But we'll see. No progress has been made yet. I don't know. I don't even have the pattern yet. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at like the gauge I need and all that. I'm just going one at a time, trying to keep it simple, and learn slowly but surely. So that is everything I have to share with you guys today. Oh, and the most important thing, I forgot to say in the beginning of this video that I am going to be doing Flossmas. I'm going to be doing my own version of Flossmas. I'm not doing a video every day, but I do have some extra videos planned that I'm going to be scattering throughout the month. I already have the first 2 filmed and scheduled to post, so those will be up on Saturday. I'm trying to look at my calendar because I didn't prepare for this. So the first one will be up on Saturday, September 7th, and the next one will be up on Wednesday, December 11th, and then I have hopefully like 5 more videos to come after that every Saturday and Wednesday, and then I'll end Flossmas with my my December wrap-up video that'll be posted on New Year's Day or maybe January 2nd, depending on what's going on. But yeah, so I'm really excited for Flossmas, excited that there's gonna be lots of content, excited to put some of my own out there, and I'm hoping you guys will tune in. I'm trying to make sure they're not exactly the same and like you're seeing the same projects over and over again. I will say I'm really excited about this Saturday's video. It is all about how I give cross stitch as gifts and gifts I've given over the years, and it was really fun. It was a trip down memory lane. I got to look back at kind of my growth as a stitcher and just share that with you guys, and hopefully someone can watch that video and be inspired to make a gift for one of their loved ones. Sybil says it's time for cuddles. I don't know if you can hear her, but I'm really excited about that. I'm posting it first because it's the video I'm most excited about and I just want to get started. But yeah, I'm rambling now. I hope you all have a wonderful December. I will be at the Jingle Ball this weekend, so if you haven't gotten your tickets already, definitely would recommend. I'm really excited to go shopping and see what awesome patterns and exclusives they have, and I'm excited for all of the designer meet and greets and footage that they're gonna have playing in the main ballroom. But I think that's actually it now. So I hope you all have a wonderful month. Happy holidays, no matter what or how you celebrate, and I hope you're all staying warm and safe. If you're somewhere cold, it snowed in Kentucky this weekend, so it is cold. But anyway, I will see you all throughout the month, and then I'll have my next Flosstube up at the end of December. Thanks for watching.